Welcome back to Pepsi Sports Saturday. It is a privilege to have the world champion with us. Kyle Snyder is back. Kyle Frederick,
Thanks,
world champion for the second time to add to your Olympic gold medal from last year in Rio. You just went through one of the most exciting tournaments I think a lot of people around here have ever followed. And we're going to get into that a little bit here. You wrestled in what was considered the match of the century in wrestling around the world. You're just back from Paris. That's where the World Championships were last weekend. What was the experience like for you as you come back a world champion?
It was a great experience. Yeah, like you said, been training all summer. As soon as I made the team, I knew that this was probably the Russian that I wrestled in the finals was probably going to be the guy I was going to compete against for the world title or throughout that tournament. And then everything went smooth. Training was great. Just thankful that I was able to compete well.
The Russian wrestler you're referring to is Sadulev, who is just an incredible performer, had not lost a match since 2013, won the Olympic gold in the weight class below you in Rio. We watched him wrestle, and he was extraordinary. He came up a weight class because he wanted the challenge of wrestling you. You were all for that challenge. Let's go back to that match a little bit, the way it started and the way it finished. He got a lead, and then you in the last 3 minutes were pretty special.
Yeah, so, I mean, I wanted to come out there, and from the moment the whistle blew, I wanted to be on him. I wanted to take risks, and I wanted to see really how good he was. I didn't want to walk off that mat without knowing that I had put every single ounce of effort that I have into my performance. And I came out probably a little too hyped, tried to push him off the mat. I really did think I was going to throw him off the mat. But he slipped underneath me, got a takedown, was up 2-0, then went back and forth. So I had 45 seconds to score a takedown to win. Was able to score the 2 points and then held him off for the last 10 seconds of the match, and it was definitely fun for me and the fans.
But you also understand what that match represented to a lot of people. These are the two guys who, when people look at the sport in terms of that pound-for-pound label, they're like, these are the best two guys, and they were wrestling each other. It was so rare to have that happen in an event. You knew going in that he wanted that challenge. Why did you want it? Why did you want to test yourself? Because there's a little risk involved there, of course.
Right.
Why did you want it so much?
I always want to wrestle the best guys in the world. I'm always interested in, how I can compete against them. He hadn't lost since 2013. He was three-time world champion to that point, going for his fourth. I talk and I say, I'm not scared of anybody. I'll wrestle anybody, anywhere. And sometimes it's time to put the money where your mouth is. And I think historically in the sport, it's probably a top 10 greatest match ever. It's not very often where two Olympic champions from the year before compete against each other the next world championship.
You're a two-time world champion now and an Olympic champion, and you're 21 years old. You're starting your senior year at Ohio State. There's a lot left for you. But do you recognize when you go out to places now the impact of what you've already accomplished and what's still out there for you?
Yeah, definitely. A couple more people know me. Just when I'm out to eat, a couple people will look at me, double take, and congratulate me and things like that. And I'm very grateful for everyone's support. It means a lot to me, and I'm happy that people who might not have even been wrestling fans are now following it and maybe coming to matches to see me compete. I'll continue to work as hard as I can to grow as a wrestler and put on better performances for everybody. Yeah. A
couple moments left here with Kyle Snyder. This is the World Championship belt. There is a belt. People don't get this. So there is a gold medal involved. That's the World Championship gold medal. But what do you do with this? Like, how do you put it in a case, or how do you do it?
Yeah, usually I just leave it on my desk. But I think that the world champion should have to bring their belt back the next year.
And put it up.
Yeah, and put it up. Put it on the line. I think that would make it real cool. And then you have the years. You have 2017. If you keep it in 18, you got 2018 on it. I think that would make it even cooler.
What about like a Stanley Cup thing where they put on it and
exactly.
Brass, but then you turn it back in. You only get, maybe you get a replica.
Replicas, yeah.
Like this. You're an idea, man. You don't wear it around campus at all?
Nah, I wouldn't wear it around.
Pretty bold move.
Right.
The all-time great athletes in Ohio State history when they were at Ohio State. Obviously, there have been a million great athletes at OSU. But when you consider your resume, it's pretty significant already with a year to go compared to the likes of Jesse Owens, Jack Nicklaus, Archie Griffin, Orlando Pace, Jerry Lucas. You can go on and on. Great athletes at Ohio State. Is that important to you? Do you want to leave a mark that is truly unique at Ohio State?
I mean, it's very cool, and I'm grateful to be in a category with those men's names. But I don't really, that's not the most important thing to me. The most important thing to me is that I continue to love what I do, and I continue to improve and grow within wrestling. But of course, when I came here as a freshman or a senior before I committed, and I saw the statues of Jesse at the track, and I saw the history here, I was like, man, how cool would it be to be recognized as one of those athletes? And it's pretty awesome that I've been able to compete well, and now my name's with them.
Kyle Frederick Snyder, once again a world champion. It's a pleasure to have you back, and good luck with everything. We're going to be very excited to follow this wrestling season.
Thanks, man.
And that's a good looking belt, buddy. Audrey, back to you.